What it do? It's DOA back with another episode of Putting Shit Together. Today, unfortunately, we had to spin the block on Joy Taylor, man. She just won't go away. And she done teamed up with another nigga who just won't go away, and Cam Newton. Man, I used to respect Cam Newton as a football player back in the day when he was coming up through college, but it's like the more days that pass, the lower my respect level goes for him as far as this media space, for real. Like his opinions, I just can't level with a lot of his opinions, and I just feel like in his quest to be Shannon Sharp on the media tip has really compromised the person that he seemed to appear to be, coming up through his career, But for those of you that don't know, Joy Taylor and Cam Newton made some comments about Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock being, I wouldn't say a staunch critic of them, but Jason Whitlock, he does keep it consistent in his opinions and views of just certain things in the media space and the sports space, and they consistently stay on the bad side of Jason Whitlock's commentary, and it's really based off a lot of the things I just mentioned as far as, Cam kind of seeming to gravitate towards this feminism type of viewpoint in sports media. It's like they took Cam from kind of a more misogynistic, which wasn't good if he truly was a misogynist, but they done brought him full circle to the simping side of the game. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me having these Givenchy's on today. I just had a little accident with my eye. My eyes are a little swollen, kind of sensitive to light right now. So I had to keep the lokes on this one. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into these comments. We gon' watch Jason Whitlock, and he'll play the Cam Newton interview as well, so we can see what she said. But let's go ahead and get into Jason Whitlock's comments, and then I'll come back and give my take on it.
Kids, half black, half white kids that are always on the hunt for their Tupac moment and their street credibility. And we're looking at a woman pretending she's peanut butter Tupac Shakur, and she's about that life, and she's thug life, and I'm a gangster. Everybody needs to remember that. And I'm a very vengeful person, and I got these grudges that I hold. And if I catch you out, something's going to happen to you.
Well, I mean, he's so desirable.
Yeah. But we love Jason.
No, we do. I do not. No, we don't. Who loves Jason? Does God love Jason?
Yeah, I do.
I do not. I do not love Jason. This is you say what you need to say. I do not. I don't love everybody.
He gives me reason. It's like, okay, bro. I can't wait to see him. I want to see him.
You will never see him.
Why is that?
You will never. Where are you going to see him? A hole? He is not going outside.
But why is that though? Because like
where is he gonna go?
When I see, and I had to take counsel from my team. Shout out to RJ. Shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Peggy. It's like, bro, I never see my man. I just be wanting to.
You will never see him.
Where you at, bro? Like
he's hiding, which is where you should say. I don't ever talk about him because I don't think about him because I don't care. But so yeah, but you're never gonna see him.
I can't wait.
I don't think.
Joy Taylor, I think the lawsuit.
First of all, You see that comment talking about Jason Whitlock, yeah, he's so desirable. Like, first of all, chick, you fucked on Charlie Dixon, who is a repulsive looking, overweight white man who's well over your age. So for me to think that Jason Whitlock is somehow so repulsive to you is really laughable. It makes no sense because we know you fucked on Charlie Dixon. So what about Charlie Dixon is so much more desirable than Jason Whitlock? That's the first question I got for Joy Taylor. And everybody who supports Joy Taylor in this position that she seems to take against Jason Whitlock, one of her staunchest supporters being Cam Newton. Cam Newton was the guy who addressed Jason Whitlock like, bro, that's not you. You're not that guy. Like, but Charlie Dixon is. That's the thing. And she's even said on her podcast that if the dude is funny or got money or something else, a lot of your requirements go out the window. So Jason Whitlock could arguably be said to be funny, but what we definitely know is Jason Whitlock got money. So if you'll fuck on Charlie Dixon, who most people would say is a not so handsome guy, and everybody would say is an overweight, not physically fit fellow, how is you gonna act like you can't, like Jason Whitlock ain't got no shot with you? You know what I'm saying? Like that shit really don't make no sense. It's double talk. It's ridiculous to insinuate that Jason Whitlock wouldn't have a chance with Joy Taylor when we know of somebody she just fucked on who don't fit this bill that y'all think. Like Joy Taylor messing with the highest quality of men, like, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder. This take me to another point that Cam Newton made on this show where he was saying, how does it feel to be a beautiful woman in this industry and blah, blah, blah. And Joy Taylor seems like she's been humbled by a lot of the comments that people's been making to her as of late. And she humbly said, you know, I might be beautiful to some, but probably not to all. And Cam Newton doubled down and was like, come on, let's be real. You're beautiful. Like, speaking for everybody on earth, not everybody is attracted to Joy Taylor, man. I hate to tell you that. Cam Newton, you don't set the requirements. You don't set the standard for how we have to look at Joy Taylor. Every man don't find Joy Taylor attractive. I don't care what you say, my nigga. And your taste of women really, you not the standard, bruh. For real. You gotta chill on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Jason Whitlock made a very good point in the beginning, is that these mixed kids is always looking for these moments where they can act like they tough. Sis, you not tough. And you're not black. You're half black. Okay? And we gotta stop mixing and matching this shit. Like, we gotta stop being so inclusive as black people to let mixed race people and people with a drop of black in them, and now you black and you can say nigga and you can do. She's not black. And the moves that she's made in her career path would further solidify that she's not black. She's like Anna Nicole Smith out here, for real. If you really want to be real with it, you like more like Anna Nicole Smith than you are like Whitney Houston. You out here fucking niggas for occupational gain. Like, let's be real. And then they had this long, her and Cam's got this long conversation about women and their credibility in the sports world, and they work hard and they do this and they do that. Like, meanwhile, I find it very funny that they never mention Sage Steele and all of this glazing that they doing about these women. Monica, he kept saying Monica and Molly. Why is there no mention of Sage Steele, who I believe was great at what she did as far as the sports analyst, sports casting went? I thought Sage Steele was great, and she kept it real that she is biracial. She's mixed. In this interview, Joy Taylor said, yeah, like Cam asked her, was she insecure about her ethnicity or whatever? And she said, my dad told me what I am and what I'm not. Like, bro, your dad can't tell you that you black when you're mixed. I don't care what he's talking about. You laid down with a white woman. Now you want to tell your kids that they're black? They're half black, sir. Talking about what I am and what I'm not. What you are is 50% white. That's what you are. And then based on how you conduct yourself, you made yourself even whiter, man. You were Anna Nicole Smith, dog. You fucking on white men. I don't know a lot of black women, genuine black women, who's gonna fuck on a repulsive white man in order to advance in a job. That's not something that I would attribute to black women doing. That's more of a white woman type of trait. That's something that they'll use. You know what I'm saying? And no offense to white women. Like, I ain't got nothing against them. But they have a tendency to do that more so than I've seen black women do it. And if y'all think I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but I just don't see it a lot through black women. I've heard about it and seen it more with white women and their occupational paths. But it is crazy, like, how you want to be tough, talking about I'm gangster and I hold grudges. And I just saw a post on her social media. She was in Atlanta, I guess, with a little outfit on, talking about I'm so ATL. Bitch, you from Pittsburgh. Ain't nothing ATL about you. Bitch, you from Pittsburgh. You not ATL. You not gangster. Your brother who played in the NFL is 12 years older than you. So I would dare to say he was in the NFL at least by age 25. At that time, you were 13 years old. When did you have time to be gangster? What were you doing exactly that made you gangster? Just people throwing words around and portraying certain images when they're not that. Like, bro, that shit corny to me. Cam Newton ain't gangster. I seen Cam Newton threaten two people. One of them was Charleston White, who's probably, I don't know how tall Charleston White is, but I can tell you he ain't over 160 pounds. Then Jason Whitlock, who's much older than you and ain't trying to fight nobody. But you like, I want to see this nigga out. When I see him out, I was going to do something, but my team told me, bruh, you's too fucking big to be trying to pick fights with niggas who's that little. One is that little, and two is that old. Like, bruh, pick on somebody your own size, my nigga. And I seen your hands on Special Forces show. I wasn't impressed. You feel me? Was not impressed. Now, I know he's probably big and all of this and strong and yeah, but when it comes to getting down, when it comes to fighting, it's a lot of niggas who can chop you down to size, bruh. Please believe that. You should go seek and find them, because it's a lot of niggas who's making comments negatively about you other than Jason Whitlock. It's a lot of niggas who don't feel yo simping and yo glazing and shit. Niggas ain't feeling that. And shoot, it's some niggas who will chop you down to size that's doing the same thing as Jason Whitlock. So while you out here threatening niggas who's old and in the church, and then you threatening niggas who is half of your weight and never been athletic a day in their life, like, bruh. And I'm glad Charleston White addressed them the way he did, because he was like, man, I put that fire on your ass, nigga. I'm not about to fight with your big ass, nor should he. But let's get back into some of what Jason Whitlock had to say about this shit.
Came out in January. And so I'm pretty sure that's when I said the big racks or big cans and peanut butter skin. And so that's in January. We're now in late August. And Joy is claiming, oh, I never think about him. I never talk about him. I don't have any thoughts about Jason Whitlock. It's August 25th. You're still talking about me. And that's not me complaining. It's me just saying, Joy, let's be real here. Let's be honest. Let's work from a base of honesty and transparency. This is from Van Lathan. You were talking about me with him a couple of months ago. And I want to play a clip. And again, she's not, at this point, this clip, she's not speaking specifically about me, but she is talking about me. And so I want to play SOT number 15. This is Joy Taylor calling herself a gangster and that she has vendettas. Let's play SOT 15.
I am a gangster. And I really wish people would stop forgetting that. I'm very serious. It's not always wise to talk. In fact, can do you much more in the long term to not talk. Let other people talk for you. Let other people make up their narratives. Let other people walk themselves out into the deep. Go ahead, baby, swim on out with that headline. Go ahead, babe, write that whole story. Because when you know what's coming, now you have to swim back and explain yourself. Now you have to talk about how this wasn't really you being biased. It was you were just doing your job. And to me, like the slow kill and
I love how Joy Taylor goes on all these shows with niggas who sit cross-legged talking about how gangster she is. I'm a fucking gangster. No, you're not. And this cross-legged sitting ass nigga from goddamn MTV is sitting here co-signing your shit. Like, man, fuck out of here, Joy.
the long play is way more satisfactory. I'm an extremely vengeful person. I think about it all the time. I have many grudges. They're like my plants. Just give them a little water every day, a little food. Hey, remember that? Remember when that happened? Don't forget it.
So that's Joy Taylor posturing. This is previously, maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago with Van Lathan. She's posturing as a gangster. She's an extremely vengeful person. And now she's coming around 2-3 months later talking to Cam Newton, and Whitlock's in witness protection. And you'll never see him outside. I don't even think he goes to the grocery, and I wish I could see him. This is Joy Taylor. Thug life. This is peanut butter Tupac, Joy Taylor. And this is her trying to send out warnings to me. Be careful. We're looking into you. We know what you do. We know how you move. If we catch you out in traffic, I know what's going to happen to you. This is peanut butter Tupac, Joy Taylor, talking herself into the deep end of the pool and into trouble. Joy Taylor is a child. And everything that you hear me talk about on this show about, and I'm not trying to be dismissive, cruel, I'm not trying to be politically incorrect, but we have a generation of mixed kids, half black, half white kids, that are always on the hunt for their Tupac moment and their street credibility. And we're looking at a woman pretending she's peanut butter Tupac Shakur and she's about that life and she's thug life. And I'm a gangster. Everybody needs to remember that. And I'm a very vengeful person. And I got these grudges that I hold. And if I catch you out, something's going to happen to you. And Joy will most likely run away and back. Oh, I wasn't saying that. Or we're just being funny, or, he's taking it too far. No, Joy, I get it. I'm not as dumb as I look. I'm not as dumb as you. And I'm about to share something that I don't want there's one person that I'll be talking about specifically, and she will know that I'm talking about her. No one else will know what I'm talking about.
Not the peanut butter Pac, though. Hey, that nigga Whitlock is crazy, bro. But it's real, though, because, like, why are you out here almost like you threatening Jason Whitlock? And if you catch him in traffic, what are you going to do? Not a damn thing. If Cam Newton catch Jason Whitlock in traffic, what's he going to do? Not a goddamn thing. Like, bruh, we ain't never really seen that from you, Cam. Now all of a sudden, you a fucking cardigan gangster, bruh. Like, nigga, you a football player. You might tackle this nigga. That's about as much as we gonna see from you. Might hit him with a stiff arm or something. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you're not finna do shit to Jason Whitlock. And I ain't saying Jason Whitlock no gangster. But I think Jason Whitlock probably realer than the both of y'all put together, to be honest. And I'm just so tired of hearing Joy try to make this into some type of equality type of issue. All her issues is really about how men look at women in the sports casting space, and that's not true. If you really thought you did that much research on football and sports, and you really worked your way up through hard work, why would you compromise it by sleeping with an executive at your station? If indeed you just got here from hard work, you would have never compromised yourself and your hard work by laying down with a higher up. And then it's like, okay, having a romantic relationship with somebody at the workplace is one thing. It's unprofessional, really, no matter how you slice it. But say it was true love. Okay, it was true love. This man was married. You was a side chick. And then when approached by somebody else who, the hairdresser or the makeup artist who approached her with her discrepancies, and you tell her just to suck it up, you know what I'm saying? And this is kind of what we do here. Like, bitch, you the one who made it so that your accomplishments weren't as respectable as they seemed. Before this, nobody knew that you was sleeping with people at your job in order to get perks at your job. We didn't know that until that shit came out. Now you on a daggone media parade trying to tell people how hard you worked, when we already know you slept. You slept your way to the top. Even if you had worked hard, you didn't feel like it was hard enough. So then you also laid down with the boss in order to get your credentials. Then it's funny how they want to cast Jason Whitlock to the side, but you and Emmanuel Acho took Jason Whitlock's scraps from FS1. Jason Whitlock started that show, Speak for Yourself. Him and Marcellus Wiley was the stars of that show. Y'all niggas wanted to be the stars of that show, and so y'all pull backdoor stunts in order to get Jason Whitlock's leftovers. Jason Whitlock had to turn down that plate in order for you to eat the way that you felt like you should be eating. So now you want to disrespect the man and act like, oh, I never pay attention to him. I don't. Bitch, you eating this nigga's leftovers. And then y'all couldn't even carry the torch. And that's why FS1 let y'all niggas go. Like, your ratings obviously weren't there. And I can guarantee I don't even have to pull up the ratings to know that they didn't do numbers like Jason Whitlock did when he had the show. You see what I'm saying? So that is crazy in itself. Like, you need to really put some respect on Jason Whitlock, on his name, to be honest. And if you was as gangster as you claim to be, you would know that part of being a gangster is giving respect where respect is due. That's part of the gang life. That's and I take that back. Not gang life. I'm talking gangster. Cause gang, that's some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what them niggas do, to be honest with you. But when you talking about thorough boss mobster type shit, the respect come first. You know what I'm saying? And you really should be putting some respect on Jason. Y'all tried to get that man out of his spot, and y'all pulled every stunt that you could under the sun in order to make that shit happen. Now you acting like he ain't nothing. Well, why'd you on his spot so bad? You see what I'm saying? So that don't make no sense. Then I'm going to tell you another thing that don't make no sense is that I remember Joy Taylor when I actually thought Joy Taylor was something, or you know that she was palatable. Joy Taylor was fucking a big girl. You know what I'm saying? She was on Colin Cowherd's show, and her ass was big. Here goes some pictures of Joy Taylor being a big girl. My chick used to be like, dang, she's kind of a cute big girl or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's like, I don't know if it seemed like she took the Ozempic, if you ask me. Bro, it seemed like she done took the shot to the stomach, if you ask me, to be honest. So, you see Joy Taylor now on her social media always showing workouts and shit, but you didn't show us work when you was working out from this size to the size that you are now. We didn't see that progression. We just saw you one day be skinny with a big ass attitude and a moon pie head, you know what I'm saying? And you talking shit. Now you talking shit about Jason Whitlock like, oh, he's so desirable. Chick, you was just big too, though. You was just big too. You took a shot and now your head got big. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Cause yeah, I remember her at this size. I don't know this new Joy Taylor who feel like she's the shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, here go. Where is her mama at? I had pictures of her mom pulled up. But she's a white lady, like straight white lady. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you getting these antics from. Don't bring black women into this shit when you start sleeping with the boss and feeling entitled. That feeling of entitlement and that manipulative cunning is not coming from the black side of your family. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm so tired of her and Cam Newton, bro. Cam Newton is Captain Save-A-Ho. You remember when Cam Newton used to do That Superman pose in the end zone, that wasn't no S, nigga. That S wasn't for Superman. It was for Save a Ho. This nigga is Mr. Captain Save a Ho. Like, bro, he didn't had fake Dr. Brian on his show. He done had Joy Taylor. Like, what was the other chick, bro? He done had some of the corniest bitches on his show that he just uplifts in the worst of ways. Plus, it's like you could tell this nigga want to be Shannon Sharp, bro. Look at the chairs that he even sits on. They look just like Club Shay Shay chairs. Like, bro, do something for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, be your own man. And I ain't talking about putting on 4 different tacky ass shirts and popping a collar. That don't make you unique. Like, it's shit just sad to see a nigga go out like this. And it's sad to have to watch this chick just grow old right in front of your eyes and really not have nothing going for herself. It's very sad and it's annoying. And yeah, I'm just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And they try to make it seem like women ain't respected. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Like, some of these men that they talking about is unathletic. It's justified. Like, some of these dudes who do the same job, they not the greatest athletes in sports. Some of them may not have ever played sports, but I'm gonna tell you the difference. There's everybody that's played sports, and if you was that good player on your team, you know that there was some players who wasn't near as talented as you, but they were very dedicated to the sport itself. So I think a lot of times when we see these men who we know weren't the top athletes speaking on athletics, you kind of sometimes give them the benefit of the doubt that they might have been that player on your team who was more like the water boy, but he was always there. He loved the game. You know what I'm saying? He came up signing up to play every year, even though he knew he wasn't finna be a starter. He was gonna be like a third string, a bench player, but he was at every practice. He was super excited about the game. And that can be respected as far as commentating on the game goes. Like, we can respect a person like that. Even Dan Orlovsky, I'm sure Dan Orlovsky probably was one of the best players on his high school team, but maybe he wasn't. I don't know, but I'm just assuming at this point that he probably was, but he wasn't good in the NFL. But you can tell that he loves the game and he was dedicated to the game, so his opinion on the game counts for more. Now, if these women, and I'm not saying, I'm not calling nobody out specifically, but we are talking about Joy Taylor. If you was dedicated to the game in some way coming up, or you had a real love for the game, then that would show through, and that can be respected. We can respect your opinion on the game because we know you actually do love the game. But some of you bitches like a Joy Taylor, y'all just like the attention. And we can tell through the way Joy Taylor conducts herself that she's addicted to the attention that comes with covering said game rather than the game itself. We can tell that you just love attention in all forms that you can get it. And that may have led you to covering one of the biggest sports in the world because you can get attention through doing that. So that is what I would say the difference is in some of these men. Like, Greeny obviously doesn't look, and Greeny's probably a bad example because I'm sure he's Jewish and gets shown favor. But let's just say Greeny does seem to have a love for the game genuinely. but we know he's not no athlete. So you wasn't going to be the star of nobody's team, but you could still love the game and dedicate yourself to the game in a certain way. And that is always to be respected, whether it be a male or a female. Joy Taylor, you just don't pass the smell test as far as that goes, and that's why you're not respected. And then the reputation that you had been building, it came crashing down once we figured out what you were doing behind the scenes to boost yourself up, which is sleeping with repulsive white men, you see, that have positions of power. So that's why you getting the treatment that you are. And then like a Monica McNutt, you don't know who Barry Sanders is, but you want to tell us how we should feel about Shador Sanders. And it's just your opinion can't be respected. If you don't know who Barry Sanders is, I don't want you telling me how I need to feel about anybody who plays the game of football, because you don't know enough about the game to have a respectable opinion on the game. And that's just how it goes. Just because I'm a man don't mean, I can analyze a sport that I didn't play. I can't really analyze lacrosse because I don't know the game like that. And just because I'm a man and I get to speaking on lacrosse, if I don't seem knowledgeable, people aren't going to respect that opinion. So it goes both ways. Even though they want you to believe it only goes one way, it actually goes both ways. People don't respect Stephen A, to be honest, because Stephen A does a lot of Monica McNutt's type shit with his speech on the sport. He's well spoken, but he's not that knowledgeable and dedicated to these sports as he would lead you to believe. And he wants you to believe that he was better at these sports when he was younger than he actually was, which is not respectable. I don't need him to get a scholarship to a college for basketball in order for me to respect his opinion if he truly were dedicated to the game. But you lying about getting a scholarship for basketball in order to seem more credible to the game is not respectable. So, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this shit in the comments, man. As always, it's a pleasure having y'all tune in. Like, share, subscribe. And it's peace and love, love and light, wisdom and insight. DOA with another putting shit together. To the next time. Peace.